Kyrie Irving leaving the NBA for good? The future of Kyrie Irving's career is super uncertain right now. He's involved in one of the biggest NBA scandals of the year. Fans are left speculating if the young athlete is finally fed up with the company and its strict rules. So, is he just going to leave the NBA for good? In this video, we're going to be going over the entire situation and get you an update on what's going on. First of all, background. Kyrie is a 29-year-old basketball player who plays for the Brooklyn Nets as a point guard. He has played professionally since 2011 and was even the first overall pick in the 2011 draft. The same year, he was named Rookie of the Year. He has won the NBA championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, and in 2019 he started playing for the Nets, signing a 4-year, $136 million contract with the team. So safe to say, he's a pretty big deal. But then came the vaccine situation. Recently, the NBA announced some new preventative measures that they would be taking during the pandemic. The most significant of these measures was an unofficial vaccine mandate. Any player that wishes to play home games must be vaccinated, or they might not be paid or even be allowed on the court. Now, Kyrie Irving remains one of the few players that still has not received a vaccine, and that was no accident. Kyrie Irving is no stranger to conspiracy theories and skepticism in general. He once infamously claimed in 2017 that the earth was flat, and only after the internet made fun of him did he claim that he was simply joking. He has also shared some vaccine conspiracy posts on Instagram, one in which said that secret societies are administering vaccines in a plot to connect people to a master computer for a plan of Satan, making it pretty obvious that Irving is not a fan of vaccines. Now, why isn't Irving getting vaccinated? While most people already knew that Kyrie Irving was an anti-vaxxer, he hadn't publicly admitted to being unvaccinated until very recently. On the 12th of October, the Brooklyn Nets announced that Kyrie Irving would not be playing any home games with them this season, nor will he be allowed at practice. This is partially due to the NBA's own policies, and also partially due to the local laws in New York City that prohibit unvaccinated players from playing. Kyrie Irving also spoke up about it on Instagram Live the very next day. He said, "This is about my life and what I am choosing to do. The financial consequences, I know I do not even want to do that." He added that in order to play in New York City, he would have to be vaccinated, and he chose not to, and told his fans to respect his decision. Being an anti-vaxxer is more important to him than the money he could potentially earn this season, and maybe even his career. So, is Kyrie Irving leaving the NBA? The one question everyone had on their minds after Irving's adamant decision of not getting vaccinated was whether or not he's leaving the NBA for good. In the same Instagram Live he explained the situation. He also added that he was not planning to retire anytime soon. He said, and that there is still much more work to do, and he's not going to throw away his entire NBA career. But he did state that no person or organization can tell him what to do with his own body. However, the message from the Nets is clear. They have told Irving that he will not be allowed to play any home games with them, and they will not even allow him to train with the other teammates, despite having clearance from the New York City Hall, until he gets the jab. Irving also claimed to have had an exemption given to him for the vaccine, but the Brooklyn Nets have not confirmed this claim. It's important to note that other players in the NBA have been denied exemption for any religious or political reason, although Irving stated that his reason for remaining unvaccinated was completely non-political. Irving still claimed to be blindsided by the Nets' decision to restrict him, saying, "This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it and had a chance to strategize on what was going to be the best for me and for my family." But regardless of his claims that he is not going to retire anytime soon, the future of his career is in jeopardy if he continues to refuse the vaccine. In the future, there will be even more restrictions coming in from cities and from the NBA. which means that Irving may never be able to play for the NBA if he remains adamant about non-vaccinating. However, things aren't all that bad for Kyrie Irving just yet. Despite having to miss as many as 43 games this season, all of which would have led to a huge payday for Kyrie Irving as he earns around $790,000 per game. The NBA Players Association, of which Irving happens to be the vice president of, agreed to pay a reduction of 1 to 91.6 of a player's salary for each game missed due to being unvaccinated. This means that Kyrie Irving would be losing as much as $15 million this season, but would still be earning around $19 million without playing a single game, which is not a bad payday by any means. And that wraps up the entire Kyrie Irving versus NBA situation. Do you think he can hold off on the jabs and still maintain his career? Or will this be the end of it? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you for watching Orange Trends.